Alrighty, hello everyone. Today I want to talk to you about the business sale process. So fresh off a boardroom coaching call with all my boardroom clients today, and one of my clients has been approached by a much bigger company to buy their business. And so what we talked through in the call today was just, the process to kind of go through, what to look out for, the pitfalls, the shortfalls, and all that sort of stuff to make sure that my client goes into this process eyes wide open. So what I'm seeing in the industry at the moment is, because of the skill shortage, because of the labor shortage, because it's so hard to find staff, what I'm noticing in the industry is much bigger companies are approaching smaller businesses or small to medium-sized businesses to buy them. And I'm not going to say purely for the staff and purely for the resources, but that's a big part of what's going on at the moment. Like, yes, in any kind of sale or merged environment, there's always got to be reasons. And what I just encourage my client today to do, because they've never been through this process before, they don't know what's going on, and the company that's approached them to buy them, and mind you, they put a number of different options on the table, not just a buyout scenario. He's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I've never been through this process before. So I was just kind of stepping him through the process and kind of removing the emotion from it, because I think a lot of times a lot of business owners put on a pedestal this concept of having their business bought. And look, don't get me wrong, you can make a lot of money having your business bought by someone else. You can, if you've been working hard for years and years and years, that might be the right scenario for you to set your business up properly for sale, make some good money. And, yes, you've got to stick around in a buyout scenario for a couple of years, or 3 to 5 years. And then you can kind of go on to the next chapter with your life. Like, for some people, that is a really viable option. But what I am seeing at the moment is bigger companies trying to snap up smaller businesses for the resourcing side of things, because they can't find staff. So we'll just buy a business. It's potentially cheaper for us to just go and buy a business and grab all their staff and their employees and all the clients along the way, than it is to not be able to deliver our pipeline and the work that we have, and trying to go through the current recruitment process. So what I thought I'd do with today's video or today's training is really kind of walk you through just some things to get you thinking about if you are in this situation, or you think that you will be in this situation further, or if you're just kind of curious about the business sale process. It's really important to work out, and I said this to my clients today, it's really important that you work out what you want, because once money starts to get put on the table and terms and all that sort of stuff, and you start to talk to, the CEO or the founder of the other business, and, you start to have your mind swayed. And it's so important first, before you go into this situation, that's what I've said to my client, before you engage any further, you have to work out, like, what's important to you. Why did you start this business? Like, what gets you out of bed every day? What's important to you? Like, do you want freedom and flexibility? Do you want the ability to be the director and the owner of your business, and to call the shots, and to go to your kids' soccer games, and to take half a day off on Friday? You don't have to report to anyone, or you're not accountable to anyone. Like, what's important to you, and what do you want out of your business? Like, what's your business as a vehicle? What do you want it to give you? And it's really important to kind of sit down and work that out first, whether you're getting bought out, whether you're going into a merged environment, whether you're entering into any of these kinds of discussions, or, like I said, you're just curious. It's important for you to work out what's important to you, because then that's kind of like the guiding light. That's your North Star through this process. And you've got that list of non-negotiables that is really important to you. And if the company that's approached you to buy you can't meet those terms, or that's not an option for them, well, then you walk away, because one, life's too short. And for all of you watching or listening, I'm sure you started your business for a whole bunch of reasons. And like most of my clients, it's because they want that freedom and flexibility. They want to be able to call their own shots. They want to be able to do the work that they want to do. They want to build a team around them of inspired people. They want to create legacy and set themselves and their family up for financial success and financial freedom. Like, You have to work out what's important to you. And for most of my clients, that's their North Star and that's their guiding light. So that's the first thing. You've got to get really clear on those sorts of things. Otherwise, you'll start to get swayed as you go into these merged environments, and people will sweet talk you. There'll be money thrown around, and all of a sudden you find yourself signing a deal that doesn't actually work for you. So you've got to get really clear on that list of non-negotiables. And then, like I said, if they can't meet that, then you have to. Well, it's up to you, but it's then up to you to go, I'm sorry, but I'm walking away from this deal. So that's the first thing. You've got to get really, really clear on your North Star and your non-negotiables. It's also really important to create time. So what do I mean by that? A lot of companies are approaching small to medium-sized businesses and putting a deal in front of them and going, please sign on a dotted line. What I'm recommending to my clients is you've got to walk down a path. Like this is not just like a decision in terms of what am I going to have for lunch today? Like this is a really fundamental decision that could shift the trajectory of your life significantly. And so you've got to walk down a path with this company. And if you know them and you've got a great relationship with them and you've worked with them in the past, excellent. Like and you're interested in the merged or the buyout scenario, and you've kind of shortcutted the process a little bit. But if you've been approached out of the blue, maybe you've worked on one or two projects, or you've never even met this company before, and they approach you to buy you or to take you over, you've got to buy yourself time, because, as I said to my clients today, you've got to understand what's in it for them. You've got to look at this deal and this opportunity through their eyes. What's in it for them? Why have they approached you? What's the upside for them? And a lot of the times that doesn't become apparent. And so that's why it's really important to buy yourself time. Like if you're genuinely curious and it's genuinely the right thing for you to go into that sale or merged environment process, and that's the right thing and you want to do it, as I recommend to my clients today, buy yourself time. Don't sign anything. Don't give them the keys to your Ferrari. Talk to them and go, all right, well, I'm interested, but I've never worked with you before. I don't know what kind of reputation you have. I don't know how you deliver projects. I don't want my reputation being tarnished. So how about we enter into, a 6 to 12 month working arrangement and that can be structured in about 1,000 different ways. But you enter into a working relationship where you start to, and you might sign phase one of an agreement that says, I'm entering into a relationship with this company. We're going to work together. I'm going to share my clients. They're going to share their clients. And if at the end of the 12-month period, I like where things have gone, then and only then am I open to entering into a discussion with you about the purchase of my business. Because in that 12-month period, you're buying yourself time to really understand that business. And is there upside for you here? Can you see a future for you here? Can you see that they're going to tip you into a whole bunch more work? And, the cross-pollination of the two businesses is just going to work. Or in that 12-month period, there might be some skeletons that come out of the closet that you're like, that's an absolute deal breaker. Or the true intentions of why they approached you in the first place become apparent for you as well. So don't rush into these things. Like I said, this is your baby. This is your business. You have put blood, sweat, and tears into growing into it to where it is. And overnight, that can change by the allure of money and having your business board. And all of a sudden, you go from being a business owner, director, calling the shots to, and this is a generalization, and this sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't, to being just an employee of a bigger entity who they don't care about, and you become a number on a seat. Two very, very different trajectories in life. So you have to really consider this process well. And one, make sure your non-negotiables have been met. Two, buy yourself time to understand that business, how they operate, and have a get out of jail free card up your sleeve if you're like, nah, this is not for me, and you can walk away within that sort of 12-month period. Then, and only then, if you get through that whole process, then it's about working out the deal. Is the deal right for you? And again, you have to work out what your list of non-negotiables are. Do you want to just sell the business to them, get an upfront lump sum payment, hand the keys over to your business. You operate in there in the golden handcuff period for 2, 3 to 5 years. You become an employee of that business, and that's what you do for the rest of your career. That's an option. Second option is you get a lump sum payment up front, or say if your business is worth $1 million, you get $500,000 up front or 60% up front, and then you get an earn out over a period of time with incentives and that sort of stuff. Or do you want to roll all of the value of your business into equity, into the bigger company, into the broader merged environment entity? So these are all different options that are all, definitely worth you exploring, but it's important that you take the time to understand those scenarios, what they mean for you, and is it the best deal for you? So I guess if I could summarize today's training and today's video is take your time. Don't rush it. Don't let the allure of money or selling your business blindside you to what's kind of really going on. And don't get me wrong, I hope I'm not painting this in a negative light. There are people that have made a lot of money. It has been the absolute right decision for them to sell their business at the right time. And so what I'm saying is it just has to be right for you. Don't let someone sweet talk you into a deal that's not right for you. Go into every discussion, eyes wide open. If you're feeling pressured, back off a little bit, create and buy yourself space to give yourself the time to think. Particularly if this is the first time that you've ever been through this, you are on a fact-finding mission. You've never been through this process. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to get other people's opinions to make sure that it is the right deal and the right process for you. Because like I said, it is your baby. You don't want to throw that away overnight. So that's just kind of that's kind of the summary of what we just talked about in the boardroom coaching call with everyone. So, it's a pretty exciting time for our industry. There's a lot of M&A action happening. There's a lot of businesses being bought. There's a lot of activity out there. So if you have been approached or you feel like you're going to be approached, hopefully this video has helped you kind of just outline the process and the structure for how it's potentially going to play out and your part to play in that too. So like I said, I hope today has helped. So team, if you'd like to keep building your business on your own, I have a ton of free resources, including the YouTube channel, the podcast, the website, you name it, it's there to help you build your business on your own. But if you'd like some help, if you'd like to shortcut the process, if you'd like to be part of these weekly catch-ups that we're talking about, all these things in Boardroom, I'd love to invite you to join our Boardroom coaching program. So if that's you, if you want help building your business even faster, if you want to be surrounded by an amazing community of individuals, just comment the word Boardroom below or shoot me an email with the word Boardroom, and let's have a chat about how I can help you build your business faster. Have an awesome day.